howtoscuba.com. We've flown down to Pompano, South Florida from New York to do a bit of diving. The water's a comfortable 73 degrees, but we've paid money for dry suits, so we're bloody well going to use them. I'll be diving with Mike Rothschild, a New York-based photographer. We're excited to get in the water, so we're pretty chatty. And there's that beautiful moment where you enter the underwater world. So as we descend, a little bit of air in the dry suit and get the camera settings right and head towards the wreck. The Ancient Mariner sits in about 70 feet of water and it sits conveniently upright, listing slightly to port, beautifully photogenic in the clear waters of Florida. It was sunk in June of 1991 as part of the Artificial Reef Program. There's a wide shot of the stern, or as the Americans call it, the stern. Those bubbles are coming from Mike, who's inside the wreck photographing some of the sea life. There's lots of room inside, so most recreational divers feel pretty comfortable inside this wreck. The majority of this video is shot on a Panasonic camera. The GoPro came in very handy for some shots. That was the GoPro. It gets pretty nice colors when there's enough light. And with this wreck, if you get in nice and close, you can see some of the smaller life that's growing on the structure. But they're waiting for us up on the boat. We've been down quite a while. Anyway, we have to be somewhere. The footage that comes out of the GoPro camera withstands quite a lot of color correction, which is good because we like color. It has got a little bit rough in the afternoon, so there were a few seasick people. I was fine. I was. John Chatterton doing a little bit of spearfishing today, though he looks more like he's putting strings on his bass guitar. The GoPro is especially good for those point of view shots, and the selfie. I'm so ashamed. And on the way to the wreck we found this cute little individual. This particular wreck dive is quite fun because it involves more than one wreck. The Mercy Jesus lies at 70 feet. In America, it's pronounced Mercy Jesus. And we're looking for our friend John Chatterton, who's supposed to be waiting for us. He's probably one of the most famous divers alive in America. Maybe with this film, National Geographic will come knocking on my door. Or not. Next wreck is an old tugboat called the J. Scutty, which lies at 70 feet. During its life at sea, the J. Scutty had been confiscated for smuggling marijuana, and it was later sunk as part of the artificial reef system. Lots of life on this wreck. And the visibility is pretty good, so it was possible to get a wide shot. Things are a little tighter inside this wreck. The GoPro's mounted on my larger camera rig, and I used the Jaws flex clamp, which GoPro makes. We'll see it later in the video when I attach it to John Chatterton. Exiting the wreck near the stern, there's a large propeller. And propellers are always very photogenic. Moving along to the next wreck, John leads the way to the Moonshot, which lies in 70 feet of water. But we pass over it quickly because John is hunting. I caught up with the captain just in time to see him catch his dinner. Not bad. Happy with that. John actually passed this fish up earlier thinking it was too small. He's just after bigger fish. And where did John disappear to? He's back in one of the wrecks looking for fish. And on we go for a bit of a reef dive. I'll clip the GoPro to John and see if I can get some close-up footage. This is mounted to his regulator. And then on his manifold, looking over his shoulder. It's quite a nice shot. He's shot a lionfish, which of course is an invasive species and has no predators in this part of the world. So shooting them is a good thing. Lots of eels in Florida. And this is what it's like having a GoPro mounted on your regulator. I think John might have found dinner. And look away now if you don't want to see a fish being put out of its misery. John's got to be pretty happy with that fish. He usually gets his parole officer to do the cooking. So a good day of diving, lots of variety and good company. And we hope to return very soon because it's a great place to dive. Thanks for watching. I'm Peter Bucknell. Thanks to John Chatterton for modelling so beautifully. And still photography by Michael Rothschild. All music was original, so YouTube, you can suck on that. I have control.